I'm really honored to be considered and selected as a finalist for the Women Who Mean Business Award. It means a great deal to me that others thought enough of me, highly enough of me, to nominate me for this type of award. There are many women who are just doing amazing things in the community, and I am proud to be considered in that number. I am really passionate about leadership development, and in my non-work hours, I do a lot of work with leadership development in various organizations, from the Lafayette Bar Association, the Federal Bar Association, Junior League of Lafayette, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and WOW, Women of Wisdom. I work in all those organizations, and I am very involved in leadership, not only leadership, but leadership development. And so I'm very passionate about making sure that there are no leadership gaps in organizations and also in the community, and that everyone recognizes their leadership potential and that we develop the leaders for tomorrow. I am inspired by so many people. I'm inspired by, my parents, family, friends, colleagues. I'm inspired by many people who exhibit perseverance over time, or what we call grit, that they are able to overcome, personal and professional challenges, and then continue to excel in the face of those challenges. And I find that to be very inspiring. In the work that I do, both in my volunteer work and in my professional capacity, I'm motivated to excel because I feel like we don't have a lot of time on this earth. We are only given a finite amount of time. And so I like to use that time wisely and try to make as much of an impact as I can. And, and mostly for my children, not only the community, but for my kids. If we are not working on a daily basis, each and every person, to leave this world better than when we came into it, then what are we doing? It's very important for our kids and our children's children to use our voices and to not be silent. There are so many good people in this world, and I think the time has long passed for people of good courage and good people to no longer remain silent in the face of things that must be overcome. And so I really challenge people when I have an opportunity to think about what can you do? What can you do to work with other people, to understand the needs of other people in our community? Because we are all connected, not only in this community, but globally. And so it's very important that we connect with other people and that we use our voices so that we may be heard, and so that other people who may have been silenced may also be heard. And that leads me to another thing that I'm passionate about, which is the rule of law, the enduring principle that people, their entities and institutions should be governed by and held accountable to laws that are just, publicly promulgated, equally enforced, and independently adjudicated. And hopefully that adjudication is by a judiciary that looks like the community which it serves. I would have to say that if I'm asked about highlights of my career, certainly working for the U.S. Attorney's Office, I've had, the opportunity to do a great amount of work, whether it is recovering over $70 million in healthcare fraud dollars on behalf of the government, or seizing and destroying adulterated food product that had been shipped into commerce. I've been able to do some really great work at the U.S. Attorney's Office. I would have to say that personally, I believe that my work makes a difference when I see other people succeed, when I see young people, or especially women or women of color, recognize their leadership potential and then go on to be leaders themselves and to ultimately develop other leaders, then I think it becomes full circle.